Hello, welcome. I don't know what to call this video. I'm just going to not waste your time and tell you now that this video will not be edited, will not be processed. My voice does not sound the best. I got a little bit of a flu that I'm dealing with at the moment, and yeah, I'm just gonna go through this as best as I can. I'm not sure whether to call this a weekly outlook video or what, but I will see what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, and what I'm expecting. But I also want to take this opportunity in this video to say that I will not be trading. I will not be live trading anymore for the rest of the year. This isn't because of the conditions of the charts being lower quality. What do you call it? Lower probability, but mostly because of my daily personal life changing a bit in the next few weeks. So I'll be taking that opportunity to stay off the charts and recuperate. So yeah, that's what I that's what I wanted to mostly say in this video, that I will not be as active as I was for the rest of the year, and I'm wishing you guys the best for the rest of the year as we conclude in these last 3 weeks. So on the dollar, last week, I'm not sure if I did make a video about this, but I mentioned that we had an order block here. Yeah, I did make a video. I mentioned that we had an order block there, and that I would consider strongly taking the sells on DXY or buys on any of the crosses if we actually touched the opening price of this candle. And we can see that we touched it, rejected away from it, and actually made a new low, right? So I was saying that this massive bearish candle is making me feel very bearish. It's making me feel that we could retrace to the 50% of this dealing range, of the most recent dealing range. It also made me feel that this swing low right there could be a potential sell side liquidity to target, right? But I also mentioned that we are overall bullish, and fighting the trend could be an issue, right? Because at the same time, just removing this for a second, at the same time, we do have a bullish fair value gap here. So you could find that, psychologically speaking, or sentimental analysis could tell us that right there, when we fell, when we have this massive bearish candle, many people would like to also sell because they consider this to be bearish momentum. The indicators would probably be calling this a bearish engulfing candle because it engulfed the previous one or something like that, right? So many people would also like to sell the momentum to the downside, not remembering that we are technically still in a bullish trend. Yes, we've taken that previous yearly high and it was an important liquidity, so it makes sense for us to see some sort of rejection away from that high. But this could also just be a retracement that could continue pushing us higher from this fair value gap, some sort of internal to external liquidity run that looks something like that. So this is a possibility, as well as the bearishness being a possibility. So too much of a 50-50 area for me to say much, especially now that NFP has already passed. I can't really say much anymore. If I want to give a better analysis on this, I would have to wait for CPI, and that's happening tomorrow. So for now, I don't have much to add on this, and I'll say, well, just wait. If your protocol, if your trading style, if any way you trade says you should be buying this, then of course buy it. Go ahead and buy it. If it's saying you should sell, then go ahead and sell. On the daily, I was mentioning how these series of down close candles right there, these 3 white candles, the down close candles, I pulled it out in time as a breaker, a bearish breaker that could push price lower to that 50% mark. I thought NFP was going to actually close. I don't need this arrow actually. I wanted to see NFP close below this low, right? So this was Friday's candle. We traded lower, we did take sell side, but notice how we failed to close below it. So this also now made me think, well, we do have relative equal highs sitting up here, right? These two highs. What if this is just a sweep to potentially come back to these equal highs? I'm not sure if we'll take a new high of year. I'm not sure if we'll continue higher, but what if this is just a sweep to come in, at least at the bare minimum, clear these relative equal highs right there? That's what I thought. That's why I was noting the swing low when I marked it out there. I wanted to see if by the end of yesterday, being Monday, if by the end of Monday we'll get an actual swing low here or not. And now that the third candle has printed, we can confirm that we have a proper swing low here. We should also delineate the opening price for December. As you can see right there, it's the first candle for the month of December. Let me mark this as the EQ line, our equilibrium if you want to call it that. So December opened, we traded higher, engineered liquidity, came lower to clear this previous swing low. When we take the ruler tool, measuring from the first day of December and counting 20 bars to the past, we get the low of the previous 20 days, or the IPTA 20 days low being this swing low. So that's even more reasons to call this an important source of liquidity. So yes, we did not take the swing low, but the IPTA 20 days low, and we do have CPI tomorrow, so I'm expecting heavy volatility or liquidity injection to one direction, right? Personally, I would actually like to see us take these equal highs. Even if we're going to continue lower, I would like to see these equal highs to be cleared. Then we could continue lower if that's what price wishes to do. At the end of the day, I don't really know where price could go. Would go. It's all speculation and what I would like to see, and not what's the truth. So that's my view on the dollar. 50-50, no real direction. Anything to do with the dollar, just oppose that or equate that. So if it's USD CAD, USD Swiss, USD Yen, USD ZAR, USD whatever, I am 50-50, so take them all as 50-50, including NZD USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, Euro USD. I'm 50-50 with them at the moment. I don't have a solid direction. When we skip over to the indices, we've just been taking all-time highs. We've also taken a new all-time high last week on Friday, and I guess now we could trade back into the range, but I'm not sure if we'll continue higher or not. I don't really have any clear direction. Whenever it comes to all-time highs, I never have a clear direction. I say what ICT says, just keep buying until the buys start failing, right? But if you want to be a contrarian, if you want to trade against the trend, the only area that I can see you targeting is potentially this volume imbalance on the daily perspective, which I am guessing is just a new day opening gap. But you could target this going into today. Of course, if this video comes out on time, this could be a potential first target. Of course, if you're targeting small lower targets like that, you are likely trading a lower time frame chart anyway, right? So you're likely trying to complete this market maker sell model and clear that sell side liquidity over there. I'm not sure what entry you could use. You could potentially use a breaker. You could potentially use a breaker. Example would be something like this. Notice that swing high right there. We swept it yesterday in the PM session. We displaced below it, but looking at this last down close candle before we took liquidity, drag it out in time, I consider that to be a breaker. So now when we look at the Asia session, when we look at actually from the PM session all the way till here, you could potentially look for a sweep of this specific high right there, trading a little bit deeper into the breaker before continuing lower. Again, if this video comes out on time, this could be a potential plan to sell to that sell side liquidity, completing the market maker sell model. I believe the 30 minutes would be clearer with a fair value gap. Yep, and it is. We can see the fair value gap residing right there. So this could be an entry to sell and complete the model, the market maker sell model. So yeah, something to keep an eye out on. Take it day by day and be careful, because selling in an uptrend or selling at all-time highs is never recommended, at least not by me. I don't recommend such. The same goes with ES. Nothing too clean, nothing that jumps out to me, and I'm not really interested anyway to participate in these markets, especially going into December. Not that there are no clean pairs to look for, but I'm just not interested. And yeah, that's all I have for now. If you have any specific pair, anything specific that you'd like me to look at, any asset you'd like me to look at, I am more than happy to do so. You just let me know in the comment section below. I'll be very active on the comment section as always. And yeah, I'm happy to see people learn a bit more from the Making Ends Meet series, and I'm happy to see that new people are joining the group. I have exciting things that I might start executing from next year on the group. For now, stay safe, good luck, and as always, good trading.